There is a capacitor bank inside the low voltage room, and this capacitor bank's capacity is 250 kVAR. 250 kVAR means there are different capacitor installed according to the requirement. This is the power factor controller which are controlling to our capacitor installed inside the panel. Well, so this is the MCCB or isolator handle to switch on and off. Then this is the handle to open the panel. So let us open the panel and see what are the components inside. So this is the isolator. You can recognize by the symbol. Okay, so this is a 630 ampere isolator. So after the isolator, it is connected by the bus bar with fuse, where there is a fuse inside the capacitor bank, because it is protecting against fault, disconnect when overcurrent flows into the circuit during short circuit or any overload or capacitor failures. The question is why we cannot use MCB or MCCB instead of fuse, because the MCB cannot handle the inrush current generated by the capacitor, and MCB causing nuisance tripping. That's why we do use fuse. So after the fuse, it is connected with contactor. You can see there is a new things you will find here. So over the contactor there is an auxiliary contact and resistor connect here. So what is the reason behind this? As you know, auxiliary contactor closed slightly faster than the main contactor when connect capacitor through pre-charge or damping resistor also, we can say. Why we can we use this? Because it will limit high inrush current when capacitor energized. Okay, that's why we do use auxiliary contact. The thermostat, which is controlling to the cooling fan installed inside the panel, it is set at now 0 degrees Celsius, but it should be set between 30 to 40 degrees Celsius. That means when the panel temperature increase than limit, then your cooling fan will be switched on. These are the controlling fuse. Okay, so let's discuss how these contactors are connected with our auto power factor control relay. Okay, well, so you can see there are different kind of different ferrules number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the cable connected with our you can see the contactor 1, then 2, then 3. Okay, so it's depend upon the load in our MDB. When the ampere is increased, then more capacitor bank will be on. Well, how it is possible? So that's why you can see there are two cable. Okay, so this is carrying the CT mesh current from the MDB. How it is carrying, I will show you. You can see these are the incoming cable. Okay, so armored cable from MDB. Then there is a white color, you can see flexible cable, which is connected with our MDB CT, which is giving the command. When the load increase, more capacitor will on. When the load decrease, less capacitor will be switched on. So beside this panel, there is capacitor installed. You can see there are lots of capacitor installed. Okay, so inside the panel.